Okay, things are chilling off here in Montana. Time for a fire in the shop. We've got things blazing this morning, getting things warmed up. I'm gonna do another update. This is another day. I got the motor sitting in the car. Of course, it's just mocked up. And I've mocked up a fuel system. I bought a Y block to split for the carburetors. So everything's just kind of sitting there in place. I do not have my rockers on. I bought a set. Well, funny story. But yeah, there are no rockers or push rods in there. My push rod should be here on Monday, and the next day or two. I have a set of, I've got all kinds of junk here. Set of PRW full roller rockers. I had originally purchased a set of roller tip rockers, and I did not like the way they were sitting on there. I talked myself out of it. So I sent those back. We're waiting on new push rods to be able to put the full roller rockers on. So that's what I need for the motor, to be able to bolt the intake down and move forward with the fuel system and all that stuff. I'm always waiting on something. But yeah, I put I got this all squared away. I had to replace that panel because it was bent. And I got the floorboards. I know you probably can't see it, it's awful dark, but the floorboards are all replaced up front. I have ordered some new replacement panels for the rear floorboards, which will be here in the next week or so. So constantly waiting for more pieces to the puzzle. This one you can kind of see daylight through. The other one's not far behind it. So that'll have all the floors will be done. And I think I'm going to paint the dashboard. I have some leftover hot rod black from the Vega that I might just shoot the dashboard and the trim. I've got the windshield trim and the back glass trim, but I don't have the trim for the quarters or the doors, the inside trim. So I'll paint what I have when I do the dash. That's kind of the plan. It's supposed to warm up by the end of next week. It's supposed to get up to 70-ish for a couple days, which will be perfect. I'll be able to push this outside and paint it. At least that's the plan for that one. Of course, I've got parts in the waiting. Oh, there's the new wire harness. I picked up a wire harness. This is a 20 circuit. Yeah, I might need some help putting that in. I don't know. I'm a little standoffish with wiring. I did my other car, my 55, and it took me a couple weekends to do it. It turned out really good. It was really nice harness. It was the expensive American Auto wire, and it was nice. But right now my funds aren't to where I can afford that, so we're gonna do a universal harness on it. So anyhow, yeah, the drivetrain's almost all done. I did have a problem when I bolted this motor in. I looked it up on the internet, and they said the 3-speed and the 4-speed were all the same as far as mounting. Well, they were wrong. I had that mocked up with the 3-speed transmission, and there's an 1.5 inch difference between the 3-speed and the 4-speed, the rear mount on them. So I did a little modifying. Of course, this cross member I got with the car was set up for racing. It had the driveline hoop attached to it, welded to it. So now it no longer has a driveline hoop, and I added an 1.5 inch of extension on the mounting pad to be able to make it work. So yeah, a little bit of cutting, welding, and drilling, and it fits. Also got the shifter in place. So yeah. Yeah, it's not bolted in securely, permanently. So yeah, I still need a steering column. What else is it I need? I got my fancy list here. Sometimes I got to remind myself what I need. I'm gonna have to deal with the electric fan and shroud. I'm debating whether I should use this here steering wheel. I probably will. I'll just buy a steering wheel adapter and use that wheel. So my steering wheel's kind of taken care of. I still need a column. I've got the power steering box right here. However, I'm going to need to buy the hoses, or find some hoses for that steering box. I'm hoping that'll work. That's an older 605 box, and I may have to pull it apart and rebuild it. Those things are known for leaking, and that one was modified with a bracket to be able to bolt onto the frame, and it does bolt on. I test fitted it. I had it on there. So yeah, I would like to have the power steering. I've got a pump here I'm hoping works. A lot of this stuff is used parts, and we're just got our fingers crossed as to whether they're going to work. But yeah, these headers came with the car when I bought the car, and they were brand new. They were not painted. I painted them up. I also got a exhaust system that I picked up from my friend, the same guy that picked up these wheels for me, and he picked up the harness. So yeah, he's helped me out a lot with this car. In fact, he's the one that pointed me to the ad for the car. I did start a little bit of body work here. Did a little Bondo work. I had to Bondo a little bit on this dash because it had a dent. Crazy people take these things and they'll use them for storage, and there was a dent right here, right on the top, from stacking things in there, using them for a workbench or storage bench, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I am missing inner fenders for these fenders, and I'm gonna have to butcher the inner fender for the headers. However, it makes a good conduit to run wires and whatnot on it. So yeah, I've got to figure all that stuff out. But anyhow, it's coming together. The drivetrain's almost done. I've got the complete emergency brake hooked up clear to the rear end. So yeah, and it turns out the drive line I have is about 1 inch too long, or 1.5 inches, I don't know. I've got to do a final measurement and start whittling on that and shorten it up a little bit. So that's a project for another day. But once that's done, the main drivetrain will be in place. Then I can move forward. Oh, I also went and picked up these seats. These are out of like a 73 to 78, I think, Gen 2 Camaro. And I've got to fabricate some mounts for these. They're pretty good shape. The cloth is messed up on this one, but the foam is real good. It wouldn't take much to just recover those. I'm hoping they're gonna look okay once I get them mounted in. But yeah, a lot of projects for this winter. I'm hoping, I'm optimistic, but I'm hoping I can have it running and driving by spring, by the time it warms up, and then I can start doing a little more serious about body work, making it look better. Although it would be nice to have it up in the shape before the glass goes in. We'll see what happens. Anyway, this is where I'm at least for now. Thanks for watching. So yeah, I'm optimistic about these carburetors. My old car, I had that 55, I had a tunnel ram on, same setup. I believe the motor was mounted lower in that car. I never changed the mounts from when I got it, I don't believe. Anyhow, I was able to run a tunnel ram, the same setup, with really short air cleaners, and I was able to shut the hood on it without modifying the hood. So now I have this hood scoop. Let me go grab that hood scoop, show you what I got. This is the part number. Yeah, it's about 3.5 inches tall. This is the same scoop that was on the American Graffiti car, the 55 Chevy. This is a here we go. This is a replica of a 57 T-Bird scoop. So it's almost the same thing. A lot of people use those. But anyhow, that buys me another 3.5 inches above the hood once I modify the hood. So I can get a little bit taller air filter on there. So that's the plan. I hope I don't shoot myself in the foot with this scoop, but maybe I should keep it on the side by side. I don't think so. I don't think it would help. I need the clearance on the Chevy. So anyhow, there's the plan with that. That's all I got.